Alright, so we're back. And yeah, how's the hunt for intelligent life forms going? I don't know, let's go find out. So I got some new things actually. But we gotta go to a completely new system before I can like really make the most of them. But I got a new ship. I was so Shell's been recording YouTube videos now on her channel Keeper of Ages. I think it's youtube.com/c/Keeper of Ages, but so she's running through the Mist games. And that means I can't record while she's recording. So I was just like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna go shoot like a half a billion Sentinels while rendering videos. And so I was just standing outside my base plinking at things, and then this sexy devil lands directly on my landing pad. It's an S-class ship. I named it Hector just because the damage is through the roof. I might rename it to something else. But it's a maxed out S-class ship. It's insane. And so I bought it, and then I went back to farming nanite clusters. So I got like half a billion of those and a couple other things, and my inventory is a little bit out of whack just because I'm loaded on stuff. Tried to like clear down slots. I really got to figure out what to do with all that iridium. Turns out my planet has iridium. It just has iridium on it for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I'm okay with it. I don't really use iridium for that much either. Everybody's just triggered by the fact that I named this thing Hector. Har har. But yeah, so hopefully we can actually... let's go back to the tech tab. Yeah, I've got a bunch of new gun upgrades that I'd like to make the most of. I think what I'm going to do is kind of do a, like, down and then left. Oh! Did my... Ah, my Twitch stream hooked. Finally! Awesome. I guess I'll change the title and go back to paying attention. There we go. Hey! I was worried about that. Anyway, yeah, so, I want to get some new guns on this thing, and my organization method, seeing as my last one was pure chaos, this one I got to go at it with a little bit more organization. So I'm gonna have mining laser stuff go down and around this way, gun stuff go this way, every subsequent one, maybe. Problem is, ran into one specific problem, owing to the fact that, I apparently only have one warp drive blueprint, which is really concerning. I only have warp drive Sigma. I'll have to look up the proper way to get the other warp drives now. I guess if somebody wants to inform me on that one, that would be lovely. But if not, that's okay too. We're also landing in a completely different planet this time around, which is also cool. Yeah. So both streams are now hooked. Good. Yeah, starting the stream tonight, Twitch just would not hook no matter what I did, so it's like, well, I guess I'll just have to give up for once. I don't like technical problems at all. It don't make me happy. Okay, nothing found. Can I get up here? If I can actually skip half the, like, ladder climbing segments, I might as well. This is pretty. Do I know that the pre-order ship has 16 tech slots? Yeah, but my current ship has, like, 48. It's insane. Okay, holo terminus activated. Multiple signal sources available. It says that every time, but not really. The tower hosts a powerful transmitter. Yeah, we've already heard this. Let's tune into Apollo. Let's see who this guy is. You're not what I was expecting. It's a robot. I guess we should talk to him. The transmission is silent. The stranger just stares at me. This is really loud. Greet, Apollo. Identify yourself or I end this call. I'm a friend of Artemis. No, you're not. Ask why. Why do you use that word at all? Friend, it's just a label. A pretense to make you feel better about being alone. You're an asshole! Why are you contacting me anyway? Is Artemis behind this? I haven't changed my mind. I don't care if some dream says we're travelers. I'll meet if I'm paid to meet. Even this conversation is a waste of valuable contract time. Say Artemis is in trouble. I tell Apollo that Artemis is in trouble. that they attempted to use a portal and became stranded on some distant and uncharted world, disappearing from the Holoterminus network. Apollo's demeanor changes. They appear uncomfortable at the news. Send me your data logs. Let me see this for myself. Upload the log. Apollo studies the log, pausing and replaying the various segments of static and distortions. They turn to me with a glow of excitement. The noises, they sound like echoes of Sentinel event. You've seen them before, of course. Drones that appear from nowhere. If you interfere with their precious planets, but this data, it's distorted, inverted. The Vy'keen will pay handsomely if we figure out how the Sentinels appear so quickly. And this recording of yours, the portals, perhaps they're the key. Suggest life is worth more than money. You're worried about Artemis? Don't be. If we can figure this out, we can save them. So what do you say? Do you want to work together on this? Be partners? Sure. If you're going to work with me, your equipment needs to be in good condition. We can't have you dying out there. Not yet, at least. You can find a nanite cluster scattered in abandoned buildings and other damaged machines. Ironic, really. The same structure the Sentinels destroyed will lead to their deaths. Trade these nanite clusters with merchants and space stations and get the blueprints you need. As the hologram recedes, Apollo's head turns to the side ever so slightly, as if sighing, saddened. Or perhaps it was nothing, a ghost in the machine. Okay, 16 tech slots, not cargo. Yeah! Look, Starship tech, Starship into, inventory, 48 on both. They're rare as shit. I'm happy to get one. Here. I guess I might as well hit the save beacon here. Just because. This is what a player model looked like. I'd be so mad. It actually, as far as I can tell, there's a whole... Like, travelers are not of one specific race. I've run into a couple at this point, and they're all separate things. I hope at some point we get the ability to do character customization, and I can choose what I'd look like. Because I actually really like what he looks like. I liked his design way, way better than Artemis. But I don't think I'd want everybody to be the same race. I really think it should be one of those where you can either change your appearance or you pick it. Like you actually get a a choice at the very beginning, full character customization or whatnot. Let's keep going up for a second. I always hate skirting the atmosphere. It always takes longer than it needs to. There we go. At some point I might look for some more ships. I might see if I can find an S-Class better than this one, but for now, I think I've found a ship that I'm pretty satisfied with. So is No Man's Sky a Grecian play? I think they're just using it as a naming convention. I don't actually think any of the names matter. I could be wrong, though. My last bit for you. Well, thank you, Jason. Okay. I don't even... Oh, I think I had asked an NPC when I got here for directions. I don't even know specifically where we are. Or if it matters being here. Also glitched it earlier. I really wish I had been recording, but I can't record when I'm rendering videos. I glitched it so my jetpack wouldn't run out of... would not run out of juice, which was awesome. Except for it went back to normal the moment I touched the ground. So for a little while I was way up there, just flying around, and then I wasn't, and it was sad. It was cool for a bit. This game actually looks really nice from up high. But yeah, let's see what we got in here. These bases always feel kind of weird to me. I also feel like I'm kind of stuttering as I move forward. Maybe it's just because I'm slow. Alright, so 0978. Back when I first was doing this series, people were like super confused about how I was managing to solve these so easily. They're just basic number puzzles. They're like the easiest things ever. Huh. Looks like we've got a little bit of something worth checking out here. Space makes everything look good. Oh yeah. For all of the repetition and like the funky procedural generation, I have to give this game credit for genuinely looking really nice most of the time. The structures really do it for me. The structures in the ships. Like, the environments are good. A little sparse. I still want those mega trees. But anytime I run across a structure, I'm like, whomever's in charge of, like, making these things, the industrial bits, really outdid themselves. The plants look really good, too. I think just the creatures automatically look like dumb spore creatures. Well, looks like we got some kind of rune over here. I'm planning on leaving, more or less. Because I have to go buy tech for this path, yeah. So we gotta go to a Viking system and get some multi-tool tech. I mean, I've got a fair bit of it, honestly. But I've milked this place for all of the blueprints at the space station, so technically there's a couple that I could still get if I farmed a little bit more rep with them, but I don't really feel like it. I'm just gonna go. We'll find a different place. But I gotta check out the rune first. There's a chance that we might find a portal. I don't entirely know how the portal system works, but eventually we'll be able to find portals that let us warp anywhere in the galaxy. And that is something that I really want to do. See, if I've ever played any of the Supreme Commander games or Planetary Annihilation. No, I played Total Annihilation, the predecessor to both of those. It was good shit. Never got back into them, though, because Subcom was a little bit too generic RTS-y. I guess the first Subcom was pretty good. And then Planetary Annihilation just had too much controversy about it, so I wasn't too thrilled. I try and stay away from games that are controversial, just because I say that with some level of irony, but I try and stay away from games that are super controversial, just because, like, it's hard to invest the time into something that people are just going to get mad at me for. Like, I don't know, Sundered. First episode with Sundered did really well, and then after that it dropped off, mainly because the game wasn't exactly the most watchable, and secondarily because, yeah, it didn't do great reviews-wise. And then there's games like this, where it's almost seen as like an oddity. You know, some people really do like watching this game, and I respect that, and a lot of other people are just more or less biding their time and waiting for it to not suck. God, this thing... Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I found an upgraded version of my multi-tool. I found a pair of S-Class things. Weirdly enough, same one. I just went back to the anomaly and it was S-Class. Turns out you can save scum it and just get an S-Class if you try enough times. Makes mining a breeze. Alright, so what do we got up... Yep. What do we got up here? Oh, I should probably check. Discoveries. How many Oh. Wait, current planet. Oh, we're back on this planet. I forgot. I'd rage quit because I didn't want to find those remaining 2 creatures. Maybe I should actually pay attention. Yeah, I should probably finish this off before I leave. I'd totally forgotten that I was working on my naturalist. My naturalist milestone. Is this really... No, there's gotta be more than this. Not this weird rock thing? No? Really? I mean, this is cool, whatever it is, but... Yeah, it looks like this structure just... Oh, there we go. There's something. You suck. How much damage? Nope. Well, I was going to hit it I was going to hit it with the actual gun portion, but... Oh well. I guess I might as well scan every plant here, just so it doesn't get in my way while I'm running around. Yeah, I don't see any red dots immediately. There's a couple of things up in the sky, so I might have to deal with that. Alright, well, let's deal with the ashes of the Sipit. I don't know why we had to come from this angle. Flickering emblems appear on the stone. Although I do not recognize the language, somehow I can read the history of this strange planet and the Gek who once resided here. The foul scent of the Gek cannot be opposed. The first spawn commands all it surveys. We are masters of the stars. Our rule shall endure eternally. The Viking and Korvax cower in despair at our name. Seek help with language. Yeah, I don't know if I ever aspire to actually max out my my language skills in this game. It'd be neat to like fully max them out, but I think that'd also be kind of crazy talk. I don't really know if I want to do that. One way or another. More nanite clusters. Not really what I'm looking for, but that's okay. Well, if I'm looking for goals, we might as well just kind of wander around for a bit. Oh, right, we do have water. That's something I'll have to keep an eye out for. Yeah, if you guys spot any red dots as I'm walking around, let me know. Because I want to finish off this planet. Every time I finish off a planet, that's another naturalist milestone completed. Which is super helpful. Because I only have to fill out 10 planets total. And if I can do that, then we never ever have to think about it again. Were there any airborne critters? What were we even scanning there? Don't know. Oh, I can apparently scan that. I'm trying to see if there's airborne stuff. There might be some aquatic things too. Anything here? Any of you guys? No. The problem is like half of them don't even spawn until I get here. We've got all these like weird dumb rocks, which I don't care about. Holy crap! Look at all these critters. Not a single red dot for miles though. Yeah, look for this. Look to the skies. That's where you always miss them. Yeah, unfortunately, I've, like, kind of been checking. I don't know if there's any airborne critters on this entire planet. It would be neat if they actually gave, like, some information. Just to give me, like, a bit of a leg up here. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there are no legs up on zoology in this game. Yeah, I keep seeing like little motes of light floating around up there, but they're not flyers. I will admit I hate it when the music turns off in favor. The Wander Zoo is open for business. Dude, if you could actually, like, farm in this game, I would totally, like, just start abducting critters. And put them in some kind of bizarro petting zoo. No, we might have some flyers up on top of this mountain. I'll go check it out. This would be so much easier if you had, like, distinct biomes, though. Like, it would be so much easier to be like, okay, I'm going to go out of my way, we're gonna go check the, alright, this is the one with the weird octo legs. You know, I'm gonna go out of my way. Let's go to the Arctic zone. Let's see if there's anything there. And then you more or less immediately get your answer. No, it looks like the inclusion of any kind of aerial creature was false, or they've moved on already. Might be some up and over here. God, these things look stupid. Everything looks super dumb. These guys especially, though, they're monstrously large, and they've got the teeniest little head with the Jesus. I would totally take one as a mount, though. If I could, like, saddle it up and ride off into the sunset. It's easy. Dig a deep hole, put a bunch of creatures in. Yeah, but, like, you don't get anything from that. I mean, I guess if you give them the various foodstuffs, they will actually just quote unquote love you and give you things. But it's not quite the same. What were we scanning? We were scanning for something for a second. I don't think it was one of the caves. Unfortunately, see, I believe I believe what I'm looking for is probably in the water. Those tend to have the worst spawn rates. I guess I should probably check what I'm missing. I wonder if actually putting all of these in will help. Probably not. Yeah, because we already found one type of fish, I think. How do I preview one of these things? I have no idea. I don't know if I can. But yeah, I don't think I've found anything in the sky. But whatever I found in the, I've definitely not found... Well, no. I think I found one thing in the ocean, but I don't think I found anything in the sky. I think that's going to stay consistent. Because he keeps checking for anything that's, like, above. Like, above the terrain. But it looks like most of the time it's just, like, an inch above, which just means it's tall. Oh, that's what we were scanning. Those jerks. Well, I guess I'll just keep heading for the top of the mountain for at least a little while longer. Because the other possibility is they could actually be cave-based, but I'm not seeing any markers down there. It looks like they're purely based in, like, on the surface and nowhere else. It's kind of a neat location. I'm not gonna make this. I vastly underestimated that distance. Wow. This thing's tall. I still don't have that terrain modifier. Gonna have terrible luck for that. Well, time to dig a hole upwards. Luckily, I don't think I take damage from blasting grenades near myself. This is awkward. Yeah, I want to find a multi-tool that actually... I guess I'll just find another anomaly, because I think I know how to farm them for alternate versions of the same thing. And I might... Ow. Oh, hey, we're out. I think I know how to farm anomalies for, like, alternate versions of what I'm looking for. Did not realize you could scan a Sentinel drone. I see you looking at me. I don't even know how much damage I do. The answer is lots. Yeah, still no red dots. There's tons of critters. They're super plentiful. It's just not the thing I'm looking for. That's okay. I was just hoping there's like a small chance we'd find some kind of like bird creature, bird person somewhere up here. Because it keeps giving us a dot, like up high. But in reality, it's just one of these suckers. Hanging out. Like, it would be so much cooler. Oh. Oh, no, we already got the... Shoot. First flying creatures I've found this entire time. And it's something I've actually spotted before. Well, that's a good sign. I mean, that does mean I should keep my eyes peeled, though. Because... I would not be surprised if there's multiple. I'm really curious about these ships that just fly through the atmosphere. Well, we did actually find a decent amount of birds. They didn't help, but that's okay. Let's not fall into any of the death holes. Looks like most of these are pointless. It's unfortunate. I am very committed to this, though. I probably should not have picked a planet with 11 races, but we found... Didn't we find, like, 7 or 8 of them within, like, 20 seconds of being on this planet? I want to say that was the case. It made for a convincing case that I should keep up with it. Fortunately, the rest of this is not so convincing. Let's fly to the right here for a bit. Any of you guys new? No. Probably should have picked up some missions now that I'm thinking about it. Oh well. Yeah, we got water over to the left, which is something I want to check out. It's just the critter density here is, super high. Oh, I was already out of jetpack. I didn't even realize. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of water over there. Maybe we'll find what we're looking for. But I figured I'd check out near one of the question marks. Still not immediately seeing anything though. At least the birds are starting to spawn. That's good. I do really hope they overhaul this specific section of the game. It's not bad. It's just a slog. And I've definitely had people, like, come after me for, like, wanting things to be more streamlined and, like, less time-wasty. Like, I got an angry comment today on a review I had left for a game that I didn't like. This is pretty. I really like how they handle, low grass in this game. It looks nice. But I'd left a review for a game that I didn't like that much. And, the person had decided to take offense at my words because they didn't agree with me. Starbulb, that's a new thing. I've never even heard of Starbulb before. Maybe I should actually go looking for some of that before we go anywhere. This game needs megafauna. Yeah, it does. It needs the equivalent of what are they? Reaper Leviathans from... It needs Reaper Leviathans from Subnautica. If it had that, I think this game would be truly, like, something special. Because, like, imagine, like, a megafauna just comes up and just, like, bites your, craft in half. Or, you know, starts just nomming on it. I mean, probably to scare the shit out of you, but still. Alright. I feel like the rain effects have been improved, but I can't tell you. But yeah, so I was criticizing an indie roguelike like a year ago, being like, you know, I absolutely I don't like this game at all. It wasn't very enjoyable, and just, like, the only thing that could make it better maybe is if you, like, leveled faster so you get the fun stuff instead of slogging through with, like, the really shitty weapons. It's like if Binding of Isaac required you to do, like, 10 times as much stuff just to unlock some things. It's like that... It just wouldn't be fun. There'd be so much that you'd have to grind through just to get to the fun bits. And, you know, I was trying to make a point about that, and he was like, do you, like, go to your boss and ask for a paycheck earlier? No, because this is real life, and, like... You don't just get everything handed to you on a silver platter. I always hate that. I always hate that justification, because it's like, no, I'm not asking for everything on a goddamn silver platter. I just want it to be on a, like, a platter that isn't made out of, well, steaming feces or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm, too crab-apply about this sort of thing. It's always just like, I hate the justification of, like, sometimes you have to work for fun, and I'm like, no, can I just not? Can I just have some fun here? I already have a job. I mean, admittedly, I am having fun for work. So I guess maybe I'm not exactly the best poster child for this kind of opinion, but at the same time, I can't imagine playing, like, some of the games that I've played on, like, a regular work schedule. Like, what's a good example? I mean, like, the whole Shadow of Mordor thing. Shadow of War. I've beaten that topic to death for the past month, but, you know, having microtransactions in a single-player game to speed it all up, and it's like, you're just putting a price tag on people's free time. And then more or less saying, like, well, if you don't like it, then don't buy it. It's like, what? Nope, I just want to play the game. Don't, like, limit it all so you can sell microtransactions. That's so shitty. If this game had microtransactions, I think I'd be super mad. I think maybe that's part of the reason why I'm actually super happy with the fact that, you know, they keep updating it like this. Is that it's just like, oh yeah, next update, also free. We're just gonna keep working on this. If eventually they get it to the point where it's like legitimately good and they're like, okay, so we've run out of money. We're gonna be selling an expansion pack. I don't know what I'd think about that, but I think I'd be at least a little bit understanding. Wait, the little crystals can be scanned? Weird. I guess I should probably scan some of the plutonium. Yeah, so there's a bunch of water over here that I want to check out. Love to see a water planet where you could go all Subnautica on. Dude, it would be so nice. Admittedly, they'd have to procedurally generate, like, a lot of that, but they totally could. Like, imagine if you did go, like, super deep, and instead of, like, a land rover, you had an ocean, you know, submarine that you could make. Or even maybe, like, a couple of ocean bases, and there's some hidden, like, Sentinel base down there, and you have to do with stuff. That'd be cool. It wouldn't be as impactful as Subnautica, but at least it would be kind of a nice change of pace. Not like they should have updated this game last year. They did. Twice, actually. If I remember right, well, okay, not quite twice. They had one update, I want to say 3 months in, which added base building, which is a huge step in the right direction. Development takes time. Like, you can't just expect them to fix all of their issues immediately. And this game had some pretty glaring issues, so it doesn't surprise me too much that it took forever to put them in. Hey, you tell him, dinosaur. Yeah, I will admit, I do like the grind in certain games. I think it's one of those where the grind has to be worth something. I don't like grinding in a single-player game. What's a good example? I guess Persona 5, or Digimon, which I played recently, both of which are really fun, like, story-based games, where, for me, the main purpose of the game is to, you know, experience the world and, you know, the characters and so on and so forth. I'm not as compelled to, like, go put it on, like, a really hard difficulty and do some, like, crazy grinding just so that I can feel challenged or, you know, sink more time into the game. Like, imagine if you know, JRPG was like, by the way, you're gonna have to spend at least 40 hours doing just mind-crushing battles, or soul-crushingly boring battles, just so that you can have a chance at beating the last boss. Or you could pay $5 for the double EXP booster. It's like, nope, I refuse. I don't want to do that at all. It's actually what kind of killed my Tales of Zestiria playthrough. It's like, I'm gonna have to grind here, or I could buy the double EXP booster. Nope, scratch that. I don't want to do that. I just want to play a game, have fun, experience it. And sometimes if the grind is the experience, then I guess I'm down for that. I play enough MMOs to kind of get that into my head. Then there's kind of alternate ones like Fortnite, where it's just like, by the way, you have to grind to get our RNG box, and by the way, the RNG box has shit drop rate, so you're gonna have to go back to grinding. No, I think I'll pass. I don't like leaving reward systems up to RNG unless it's really easy to RNG it. Oh, my inventory is super full. I'll deal with that in a bit. The grind isn't so bad. I guess it really depends on what you're grinding. I've had some kind of bad experiences with this game grinding, because originally the only way to make money was by abusing the money-making systems. And that was some seriously time-consuming shit. Oops. I'll have to get some more thamium while I'm out and around here. It said there were kind of some more bird creatures in this way, like over this direction, but I don't see them. Oh, nope. There they are. Nothing new. Look at how he just, like, smugly, like, raises his head into the sky. It's a good jack off. Still can't find these 2 remaining things. I always start to get the feeling that they just don't exist. Like, this game literally will not spawn them until I'm, like, desperate or something. Seeing as I bring up Fortnite, I actually rather like Fortnite. The core gameplay loop was good. It's just the fact that the game specifically is like, by the way, you know how you like this game? Well, this is what you're going to be doing. No variations because we've gated everything behind an extreme grind wall. And it's like, that sucks. What would a good example of that be? I guess it would be like if, well, no, it really just didn't feel like a mobile game, except for instead of being free to play, it was buy to play. Never liked that. Let's see, my multi-tool is super underwhelming. Oh yeah, no, I hate this multi-tool, it's ugly. The only reason why I'm running around with this multi-tool is because it's a S-class with 24 slots. Which is, I guess the maximum. I was really hoping that you could get multi-tools with more. Come on! Like, I kind of want to just give up. I shouldn't. Never give up, never surrender, but at the same time, it's been a whole day-night cycle. I mean, this is quite possibly, I want to say, one of the prettiest worlds I've ever been on. It's not one I want to put a permanent base on, though. Needs more water. Yeah, what annoyed me for Fortnite specifically was, you know, I put a fair amount of hours into Fortnite, and it was fun, don't get me wrong. Like, it was like a legitimately enjoyable experience. But, you know, I was putting in all this work hoping that I could get a couple of fun guns to mess around with. And I didn't get a single one. And, you know, a bunch of people that played, like, a tenth of the amount of time that I'd put in, just popped the game open a couple of boxes, and they had, like, some mythic heroes already. And I was just like, this is just bullshit. Because then I felt the need to grind more because somebody else got something better than me, and I wanted to at least be on par. And no. Yeah, I mean, admittedly, that's like one of my bigger personality flaws. I don't like to fall behind on anything. But sometimes you just got it because poof, it's just not worth it otherwise. Let's keep grabbing the thamium. I might just give up on this planet. It's got a lot of neat critters, and it's actually super gorgeous, but it's just not spawning. Let's see. Will I ever play Moonlighter again, or am I just waiting for an update? I'm waiting for an update. There are some games that, you know, you can really only play them for a little while before you run out of content and get kind of bored. So specifically for, like, Moonlighter, that game was buggy, but it was also pre-alpha, so, like, I completely expected it. So, you know, putting X amount of hours into it, and then I'll come back later when it's got an update, and, you know, rinse repeat until it's actually out and good. I do that with a lot of games, actually, or at least I'd like to.